Well, hello lads, I welcome you all to a new video and a new series. I cannot speak, bloody hell. And today we are starting off Doki Doki The Rising Knight, a mod made by Spirit. So, this mod will contain some scenes and fiction, so graphic violence. Intriguing. Well, I agree, and let us start. Oh, bloody hell, I cannot feel my leg. Mod developed by Spirit Hall. Hello there. Hello there, Spirit. Now, this mod, wait, I have to mute this. It's not. Why are there difficulties in a DDLC mod? This mod is not yet finished. We're go. Hmm. 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 Okay, on the one hand, I really want to play on hard difficulty. On the other, I I don't think that's a good idea on a mod that I haven't even seen yet. Oh, huh? What's his name? Oops. Well, I'm Atazoth. I guess I'll use Jacob. Oh yeah, this mod has two MC, so I'm intrigued to see this. I haven't really read much about the mod, so it's a surprise for me as well as y'all. This looks like the last house on the street. It's a ways down the road, but hopefully they've at least seen a thing or two. I approach the house, relieved to see the lights inside are on. With it being this late, I wouldn't want to be the one to wake anyone up. I take off my hat and step up onto the small porch. Ooh. I hope my PC can actually run a DDLC mod. The distinct smell of tobacco greets me as the door opens, instinctively causing me to clear my throat. Standing in front of me is an older-looking woman, who seems a little irritated at my presence. Sorry to bother you this late in the night, ma'am, but I was wondering if you had the time to answer just a few quick questions. I take it you're here because of what happened over at the neighbors. Yeah, right on the money, miss. What gave it away? I don't know. She checks over my right side while sarcastically rubbing her hand on the back of her neck. Thinking about it now, it might just be because of all those bright siren lights down the street. My apologies for all the ruckus. We'll be moving out soon enough, don't you worry. So, you're right with answering a couple of my questions. Oh, right. She turns back towards who I presume to be her husband before returning her attention to me. Fine, I'll give you a minute or two. Fantastic, I'll make this short and sweet for you, okay? I take a moment to clear my throat before proceeding. Where were you roughly 2 to 3 hours ago? I've been here in the house since noon. I didn't think even know something was happening. There were sirens outside. Well, actually, let me take that back. I went outside for a brief moment to take the trash out. That's about what, less than an hour or so before I heard the sirens, maybe. An hour, huh? If I remember correctly, that's just around the time they got the call. Did you perhaps notice anything by the neighbors that could have been suspicious or unusual? Like a vehicle, perhaps? Huh. There was just some van out the front, I guess. This one, was it white? I think so. Do you see any graphics, wording, or anything else of note on the side? Look, it had some logo or whatever on the side, but I didn't get a good look at it. For all I remember, it could just be some plumbing company's logo or something. What about equipment? Was there anything outside? No, nothing that I could remember. Hmm. We have two suspects who were already detained by the homeowner when the first responders arrived. Yet out of all what they've supposedly said, there has been no specific mention of van at all. Not even from the homeowner himself. That's despite two additional neighbors claiming to have also seen a van near the time of the incident. It's entirely possible that this van was unrelated, and I'm thinking all of this. However, it's also just as possible that another accomplice was involved. Alright, what about people? Did you see anyone in or around the van? I didn't get to see the front of the van, so I don't know. There wasn't anyone suspiciously close to the house, if that's what you're asking for. What about those you did see? There were maybe a handful or so people littered across the street, I guess. No one who looked out of place, really. Okay. No suspicious bystanders, but also no equipment. Events most certainly out of the ordinary, but unfortunately there isn't enough information to link it to the crime just yet. Even so, a part of me remains skeptical of this whole situation, and I can't exactly put my fingers on why. I'll have to talk to the homeowner one more time to see if he has anything to say about it. Alright, last question and I'll be out your way. You happen to know your neighbor well? Ooh, that was cool. He happens to live close to me. That's all. Yep. And is there anything else you can tell me about what happened? Not any more than I've already said. Alright, well, I don't want to take up any more of your time, so I'll be heading out now. If you find out anything else about what happened, don't hesitate to contact me or the PD. You have a great rest of your evening now. She shuts the door and just to finish up my last sentence. Ah, that being the last house on the street means it's just about time to wrap things up for the night. But before I can do so, I need to check back with the owner. I rest my hat atop my hat and make my way back towards the scene. So we're a copper, eh? Hey, sir, find out anything new? I was gonna ask you the same thing. Look, I didn't find out much more than you already knew. Two guys picked up the wrong night to trespass on the man's property, and they were both taken out as a result. Oh. Damn. Yeah, I just shot it just the two. Of course. The owner himself confirmed that no one else was seen in the area. I seriously don't know what else you're looking for, sir. I look over towards the homeowner for a brief moment. Is that the Natsuki sprite? On his left temple is a relatively large bruise, or at least I think so. It's so dim out that if it weren't for the street light, he's just standing under, I wouldn't have ever noticed. I suppose it isn't that important of a detail anyway. Alright, well, I've got a couple questions for the homeowner. Hey, but you haven't even told me what you found out yet. Yeah, well, I gotta confirm a few of the things before I can determine if they're important. Now, you gotta be. I make my way over to the homeowner, who's busy talking to one of the other officers. Hey, you don't mind me borrowing this guy for a moment, do ya? Not at all, sir. He's all yours. I'm not giving more voices. My throat already hurts. So, what you need, officer? It's Lieutenant. Lieutenant? But you're fine to just call me Hashimoto. I've never been one to follow such formalities anyway. Aha! If you say so. Anyway, I'm here to just pick up some information out of you. If you don't mind. I don't mind at all, man. But what more can I tell you that I haven't already? Yeah, well, by chance, was there anything else that happened today, besides this incident? I went to work and then I came home. Nothing else happened the rest of the day, or at least when those sons of bitches showed up. You sure didn't have any company over? I haven't had any actual company in the past week, man. No maintenance in the house either. Nope, it's been all me. Uh-huh. Well, I asked around and a couple of neighbors mentioned a van that was parked nearby. You sure there's nothing to it? A van? Yeah. White, maybe with some graphics on the side? No, man. I just happened to look out my window right on time to spot them. When I checked, there wasn't a van inside. Wait, I thought I heard you were out on the balcony when you spotted them. The balcony window. I glanced over to the house, and there is indeed a window on the balcony. Although, one question, how is able to spot two men in dark clothing from all the way up there? Right. Unless that van was parked further down the road, I'd be willing to bet that it was there for the neighbors across the street or something. There is a chance that the van coincidentally left just before this incident occurred. And as he said, it might have just been for his neighbors. I pressed further, but they weren't home last I checked. That and we already have two of the main suspects detained anyway. Whatever, guess I'll admit defeat on this one. Alright. Well, that's all the questions I had for you. You're going to be fine for the night, right? I've got The man subconsciously rubs the side of his head. Right where I spotted that bruise earlier. Huh, guess I was right about something today. Oh yeah, that almost slid by me. Where did you get that big bruise from? It's nothing. I just slipped and hit my head on the counter earlier today. It sure looks pretty serious. Even in this light. Like I said, don't you worry about me, Mr. Lieutenant. If more guys have the nerve to come into my house while I'm still here, I'll just stare them a new one. If you say so. I peek over towards the address, and I see the van of a news station getting up. Looks like you're gonna have some fun, huh? Talking to the point ain't so bad. Hell, I asked them for an interview myself. You certainly are something, that's for sure. Look, you have a good night now, alright? Alright? I need to drink, that voice is draining. Bloody hell. Mm. Oh. Same too. With my questions answered, I make my way back over to my truck. Hey kid, nothing out in those two yet? No, sir. Ah, I see. And we're free to wrap things up now. Understood. About damn time. As I step into my vehicle, I overhear the reporter going live. I wonder why they couldn't at least wait until the morning for that. It's already well past midnight. Ah, whatever. If they wanted to be the first ones to tell the story, then who am I to judge? Huh, I'm not gonna stick around, that's for sure. This is Channel 25, and I'm live at the scene of a recent break-in. This, along with several other recorded break-ins occurring within just the past few months alone, have rightfully caused growing concerns within our community. Homeowners are worried that their valuables are simply too unsafe and are expressing their discontent with the local police department. However, things for this homeowner turned out much different than even the police anticipated. Here I'm joined by Mr. Sakamoto, the city's most recent victim. Sir, how are you feeling on this fine evening? I'm doing great, thank you. Wonderful. Now Mr. Sakamoto has an interesting story to tell about how he was able to protect his home against not just one, but two home invaders. So, you know how it all started? When I was lying on my couch reading a novel from one of my favorite authors of all time. You probably haven't even heard of him, and he is not well that known yet. I'm actually well versed in literature. Anyway, you see, that's when I heard a noise coming from my front door. At first, I'm like, I was not expecting any packages today, but it hits me. I never ordered anything. So I'm all like, now who could possibly be at my door this late in the evening? I started walking towards the front door, but that's when the jiggling of the doorknob started getting harsher. And I ain't talking no Girl Scouts. I ain't talking no damn Jehovah's Witnesses. We are talking that Johnny guy from the Shining movie, man. So that's when I knew that there was people trying to get in my house. I took my phone and went to grab a knife, but all the dishes were dirty, so I had to grab a cutting board instead. The second I took that board off the counter, two guys ain't met before I opened my fucking door. Okay, why would you care about a big dirty knife if you're about to defend yourself with a knife? Bloody hell, man. But hey, who am I to judge? Right as the taller dude took one step in my house, bam, right in his neck. I dropped his eyes before he could even see me. The other dude, on the other hand, was scary. He had a knife and was charging straight for me, but even then, he made one big mistake. He didn't even know that I'm actually a black belt in karate. In a flash, I grabbed his wrist and threw him over my shoulder all John Wick style. After that, I took my cutting board and whack, right to the head. That's when the tall dude tried standing back up. Now, you see, I wasn't about to let that happen. I grabbed the scary dude's knife and pinned the other dude to the wall while I dialed the police. And just like that, the TV is turned off. Thank you. My voice is straining. The Rising Knight. Interesting. Hmm. I presume, Mr. I am. Jesus Christ, my memory is so bad. I need to. I'll wait, just in case. Oh, yeah, nice. Thank you. Mr. 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 Hashimoto. I presume we'll see more of him. One after another, the cars on the street roll by. I can't help but staring down the road, watching as various cars turn onto our street, hoping for the bus to turn down the street instead of the others, even if it isn't scheduled to arrive for another few minutes. I'm not alone though. I spot a few of the others waiting at the stop, just like myself, checking down the road occasionally. The rest sit on their phones, idly scrolling through them. A part of me wonders how their necks don't get strained from looking down so much. They do get strained, man. Ouch. My leg hurts as we speak. There are some days I wish I could better pass time, like they can. Not just now, but in general. It's always great when I get days like today off, or even just have a little amount of time at home. But I just never find myself actually doing anything. This time, as I catch the coin, I start rolling it across my knuckle, occasionally swapping which hands it's on. Geez, it's almost past the arrival time, and there's still no sign of the bus yet. If it's anything like yesterday, it might take another 10 minutes before it comes. In that games, there is no telling how long it will take to get to the other stops, let alone school. Didn't mean it. I'd be left with very little time to swap out my books and run to class. I suppose there is nothing I can do except hope that this isn't the case. In the distance, I'm finally able to make out the shape of the bus behind the line of cars. It doesn't take much longer before it arrives at the stop. Bigger than last time, at least. The bus eventually arrives at school, dropping myself and a couple of other students off. Despite the bus being a few minutes late, we made it to school earlier than I anticipated. However, as I looked towards the school, I noticed a peculiar sight. Crowds of students all grouped up at different parts of the courtyard. From the looks of it, the school's various clubs seem to be advertising themselves to students. As for why that's the case, I haven't the slightest idea. I push past any students in my way to reach them. Hey, would you be interested in joining our club? We'd love to have you around. Some girl blocks my path, attempting to hand me a flyer. I shoot my body away to pass by, but she steps ahead of me. What is with this girl, seriously? Come on, we have lots of food, activities. She continues to go on, waving a flyer in front of my face until I eventually give in and snatch out her grasp. Thank you! Please consider joining! It's about damn time. Reaching the door, I'm pretty sure I overhear say something towards one of the other stands. I'm unable to make out exactly what she says, but her tone suggested a hint of mockery. Nevertheless, with her out of the way, I step inside. Just on the right sits a trash can, of which I promptly crumple up and throw the flyer inside. What's going on here? This feels like such an odd day to be having a rush of club advertisements. After all, it's just a Wednesday. I would expect these types of events to be on Fridays. I don't know, closer to an actual holiday. Whatever. I don't keep up with school events, so it's likely that I'm the one missing something here. As I turn down the hall, I see more clumps of students. It doesn't take long to realize that it's more people handing out flyers. Are you kidding me? I swiftly pull out my phone and pretend to be busy in hopes that none of them attempt to bother me. Fortunately, this works and I'm able to slip right on by. I take my usual seat by the window and set my back to the side as the teacher sits at her desk, typing away the computer. It looks like the class won't start for a while. What to do? Inside my bag sits my notebook along with this class's textbooks, which I grabbed from my locker earlier. I sit both down on my desk and take out a pen from the front of my bag. After all, I loosely lay my arm along the chair's armrest and start mindlessly clicking away at my pen, my other arm holding my head up. My eyes drift across the room, latching onto anything that presents itself as remotely interesting. Unfortunately, not even the posters and flyers on the walls keep my interest for any more than a moment's glance. After some time, I believe I hear my teacher address the class. I pop out one earbud to listen to what she has to say. And put your phones away. We're having a pop quiz in less than 15 minutes. Pop quiz? I would think it's a little too early in the day for something like that. Atazoth, get your feet off the desk. That's the second time I have to tell you this month. And take out those earpods. As instructed, I reluctantly remove my feet from on top of the desk and take out my earbuds. Roughly 15 minutes. If I want to make a passing grade, it'd be for the best that I utilize all the time I got to study. I take out my notebook and flip to notes we took last class for the next few minutes. As soon as the allotted time runs out, the teacher calls upon one of the other students to hand the question sheets. The student catches up with my desk and hands me the sheet with the questions. I write down my name and date before beginning the quiz. That's all for today's class. Remember to read through pages 115 to 117 for homework tonight. These classes can seriously be a pain in the ass sometimes. I waste no time grabbing my bag and leaving the room. I follow the flood of students until I reach an intersecting hall. There is nothing I dislike more than eating in the courtyard. It's always packed with students and the commotion can get real obnoxious. I have my own spot I prefer to eat at, one I just found out a few days after I switched to a school. However, as I walk down the hall, I can't help but notice something up ahead. I hear what sounds like a person yelling. Approaching further, the yelling becomes increasingly disruptive. Unfortunately, placing right in the way of where I need to go. Turning down the corner of the hall, I finally see who's making all that noise. I didn't mean to. Oh, don't you give me that crap! You came to me at full force and shoved into me! I swear, I wasn't trying to push you. I don't care if you weren't trying to push me over, the damage is already done. Thanks to your ass, my phone has a giant crack covering the screen. Sorry, it's not going to fix my screen. Further down the hall appears to be two girls. From the sound of it, I assume the one with the curl pink hair broke the other girl's phone. In watch as she shoves the screen in front of the girl's face. That's unfortunate. You know, I just got this for my birthday, right? It hasn't even been 2 weeks and you already managed to break it. I didn't know I was only trying to... Didn't know how much this costs. Yeah, Great! Then you can be the one to buy me a replacement. She forcefully pins the other girl into the wall, causing me to temporarily stuck in my tracks. Please, do something, Atazoth. I see the screen light up and the damage becomes clearer to me. That's the broken phone she's talking about. Huh, there's no signs of screen tears or any serious damage though. In fact, I go as far as to say the damage is pure cosmetic at worst. What? Wait! I don't have that much... Atazoth, please. Before the girl is able to finish her sentence, she gets kneed in the stomach. That seems a bit excessive. Whatever, that girl got herself in that problem. She can get herself out of it too. Come on, Atazoth, don't do this to me. I continue walking down the hall in the hope that I can just pass by without any interruptions. Don't you think for a second that you're getting away from this one scot-free? I want to know how you plan to... Who the hell are you? So much for that. No one of importance. Don't give me that, I asked who you are. I've been over to lunch, just need to pass by you two. Nothing more than that. The lunch area is back the way you came, you shouldn't even be here. Her entitlement leaves me speechless. Focus her attention off me as she turns back to the girl who's been on the verge of tears. Don't think you can weasel your way out of buying me a replacement. Think of the ways you're going to pay this off yet? I don't know. Now what was that? You gotta speak up a little. I said I don't... The girl angrily pushed her by the neck into the wall. All the while, I awkwardly stand just past the girls. Atazoth, please! It doesn't help that they're standing in my way either. You're going to find out a way to pay for this, and you're going to tell me for the end of lunch. Do you understand? I said... She raises her fist as if she's going to throw a punch, the girl only flinching in preparation for an impact. Is she not going to do anything about it? Do you understand? She attempts to throw a punch, but before it lands, I grab a hold of her wrist. What the hell are you doing? Truthfully, I'm not even quite sure myself. Come on, that's enough. I don't need some asshole stepping into my business. Now get lost. Look, just head to lunch, alright? No reason to keep wasting our time with such a petty problem. Our time? Excuse me. If you're thinking she can just break my phone and get away with it, then you must be a dumbass. No, I'm just thinking that this is far enough. It's obvious that little crack on your screen doesn't warrant a full replacement. So I'm gonna have to ask you to cut the bullshit and go to lunch, okay? What did you say? Now annoyed, I tighten the grip I have on her wrist. You heard what I said. Let go of me already. She attempts to pry my hands off, but to no success. Why'd I have to get myself into this? Look, I'll only say this one more time. Go to lunch. Alright, ma'am? You better let go of me right now, asshole. My thumb digs into her inner part of her wrist, all the while I become progressively irritated. This isn't going to end anytime soon if I keep this up. With my other hand, I snatch the phone from her grasp. Where are you? And then I quickly toss it down the hall, screen side down. What the hell was that for? I don't answer, pushing her lightly in the direction of the phone instead. You gonna answer me or what? No. Oh, you asshole. She glares at me before rushing to her phone. You're going to regret this, you hear me? She mumbles a few more things to herself before storming down the hall, all of which are just out of range for me to hear. That was a massive pain in the ass, but at least she's out of my way now. I can finally... Thank you. I don't know what I would have done on my own. Alright, I'm surprised she didn't run off yet. You just started heading off to lunch as well. It's not going to last all school day. Yeah, right. With that said, I continue walking down the hall. Wait! What about you? What about me? How come you aren't going to the courtyard with everyone else? I don't see a reason to. Oh, alright. Well, thank you again. She certainly changed her mood quick. 1 second she's crying, and in the very next she's carrying a white smile across her face while running down the hall. Weird. Well, and as the school day ends, our video ends. I hope you lads enjoyed. I'm quite intrigued to see where this goes, because we have the, let's say, burglar plotline, which will probably definitely get developed later, like it would be weird if not. We have the difficulties, which I'm afraid so much, because my dumbass will fuck it up so quickly. And overall, I am interested in the 2MC system, And I'm interested in how different the two MCs will be, because I'll be honest, I haven't read anything about the mod. Because, I don't know, I just don't do that usually. I just know that there should be multiple routes. So, yeah, this is going to be a long playthrough, probably. Even though it's 2 chapters only, because the mod is not yet finished. It will still probably take a while, but I'm all for it, because it has got my attention, not gonna lie, so I'm intrigued. So yeah, I hope you lads enjoyed the video. I hope Spirit has enjoyed the video if you watched it. And well, press like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, download the mod, you know, all that jazz. And I'll see you later. Bye bye, lads.